I'm talking about Hex. I'm talking about the whole ecosystem. Now, this is a classic example that I use all the time. The Thanos Gauntlet, the Infinity Stones, right? So, in terms of what Richard Hart is creating, right? He's creating what? Hex, Pulse Chain, Pulse Hex, um, P Hex, the incentive token, and a MetaMask token. So basically, we're going from a one token system Hex to a six token system, right? And this is kind of like a very interesting sort of thing that's happened. So we're going from sort of maximalism sort of community where it's kind of focused on one token to now it's focused across six tokens, and so it's gone from it's gone from a religion of like one god over to like a pantheon of gods effectively. And because of this, right, this allows a lot more different type of I would say different types of investors. You have more traditional investors, you have more L1 guys, you have like more yield farmer dudes, you have these other supplements and stuff like that. And then on top of that, right, you have these other tokens, what I call them Holy Trinity. So they're tokens. So these are tokens directly created by Richard Hart and that Richard approves and stuff, and everyone, and they're generally pretty safe. Then you have tokens that are like supplementary tokens in the ecosystem, which I call like Holy Trinities, or like or tokens that are kind of like positively trying to help Hex, which are things like the I would call it the Maximus Poly tokens, Hedron, I don't know. There's a couple other ones and stuff like that. But in terms of like there's these tokens that basically are complements to Hex, Pulse Chain, and stuff. I would call probably a famous, yeah, famous Fiat and a couple other things. A NFT platforms and stuff like that and everything like that. Like you have quite a lot of other ecosystem tokens. So you have this whole thing where you built out the main ecosystem tokens, which are safe and Richard likes, and on top of that, you have these other kind of like um, symbiotic tokens that are helping these other tokens survive and stuff and create this other hype and stuff, which is really cool. Then you have also negative tokens, which are these kind of meme tokens and kind of like negative sort of tokens on the ecosystem, but it's the gambling that people want and stuff like that. So and you can't really avoid. So you're going to get a lot of good with a lot of bad, but that's an L1 for you. And on top of that, because it's an L1, you are going to get people coming in trying to make their claim in the whole ecosystem. But it's a very interesting sort of thing because Richard Hart is still there. The money will always concentrate kind of on those tokens, but it does not mean that you can't have success if your product's very good.